Good morning, mob family. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? We're here. We're back. Where's my opener? Come on, opener.
Hello, and welcome to MoB Kaffeeklatsch, episode 125, and enjoy the show.
Thank you, opener. Getting really good at this stuff. Wow. Hello, everyone. Wow. It's been 2 weeks, I think. So let me say hello to everyone first. Let's give everyone the greetings. Connie, good morning. Connie Cleary, good morning. Chris Mendoza, good morning. Let's see who else is here. Julie Richards, good morning. So all these are all YouTube people. Hello, YouTube people. Michelle, good morning. Heather, good morning. Jim Hickey, good morning. Let's see who else is here. Paige, good morning. Trisha, you made it on time. Yeah, excellent. Tamra, good morning. Carrie Ann, good morning. Yes, you're showing up as you, so that's awesome. Linda, good morning. Dramatic music. That's Monty and Strong, custom music for Monty and Strong. We had that actually commissioned by a musician who's done music for a few movies and stuff, like soundtrack. That's the Monty and Strong soundtrack, part of. Let's see who else is here. Josephine, Joe. Good morning, Josephine. I never know you as Josephine. I'm like, who's Josephine? Good morning, and good morning. Let's see. Okay, it seems to be everyone so far. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm coming. So I was away, and I'm coming back, and I'm kind of recovering because I went. So let me give you the backstory real quick. As an author, I think I should do that, right? Audrey, good morning. I didn't see you there. Good morning, Audrey. If I didn't see you, wave or something so I can say hello to you and say good morning. Thank you, Connie. I didn't create the music. I had it commissioned, but I chose the thematic feel of the music. And so we have about 7 tracks right now. And maybe one day we'll release them all on Spotify or something so everyone can have the Monty and Strong soundtrack music, which is awesome. Anthony, good morning. Okay, so we took the warrior, child, young man. Now he's a young man. He's not a boy anymore. He's a young man, and took him to Massachusetts. So this is the backstory for why we didn't have Kaffeeklatsch last week. So took him to Massachusetts, and so he's going to school, and it was university. He's sleeping there. He lives there now. He's at Tufts is the school, and yeah, so wow, there's a lot of hitting in the feels for that one. On one hand, I'm so proud of him because I mean he worked really hard to get into school. I mean there were a lot of essays and a lot of things that he had to do, and he did most of that work. Like he took it on. So he did a lot of work. He put in a lot of work, and we are all so proud of him. And then on the other hand, I mean, and then seeing him, he's like so tall. If you see the pictures I put on in the mall, he's like up here now, and me like up there. And so we're so proud of him, and so he really took it on. He really grew into this whole transition of going from high school and being a young teenager to being a young man, and yeah, college, right? Wendy, good morning. On the other hand, it's so weird at home because I'm constantly expecting him to walk through the door. And so it's kind of getting used to this moment of, I've been through this before with the older boys, and so I kind of know what it's like, but it's still every time it happens, it doesn't lessen the impact. So so we're kind of still transitioning. We're adjusting to not having him at home. And then now I text him and he has to text me back, and it's a whole thing. And it's like, we're still getting used to the absence. So, and I know this is normal. I get it. This is normal. It's going to take a little while. So I haven't really written much. I've done ideas and treatments and stuff like that because we were away all last week. And even this week, we were kind of just getting back to it, But September's gonna be September, October, November, and December. Maybe not December so much, or maybe, but September, October, November are going to be. I don't want to say brutal because what I do is not brutal, but it's gonna be busy, really, really busy, and it's fun busy. It's good busy. So that's gonna be great. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at the schedule, and it's gonna be like, yeah, yeah, and it's hard. So he just turned 18. We celebrated his 18th birthday with him. I'm sure you guys saw some of the pictures there. And so he just turned 18 while we were there. So we did his birthday a little early. And so it was kind of a mix of doing his birthday. It was his first birthday away from home, and he's away from home. So it's like, okay, deep breaths, deep breaths. But he's already made friends. He went on a cruise. The school did a cruise. He's had like all these crazy, awesome events. So on that front, I'm really, really, really happy for him because you know, he's not out in life yet. He's not on his own, but in one way he is, and just kind of getting him ready for life. And so it's tough, but he could have a bit of a microcosm of life before it's really life. And so, I mean, I have really older children, and my youngest now. How old are you? Younger one? 13? 13. The opener that you saw, the youngest is 13. So listen, if you have them at home, really, really appreciate them because the time goes by really fast. And before you know it, they're all out of the house. It's like, what happened? When did this happen? Okay. We got 16 people, so let's say hello and give shout outs and everything. All right, I want to say hello to everyone on YouTube. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, YouTube world. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. My thing on YouTube. So we're at Bitten Peaches Publishing. Follow us. Oh, come on, Oprah. You want to say what we're supposed to say for YouTube? What is it? Subscribe. What is it?
Subscribe and hit that bell.
Subscribe and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to share. So get as many people as you can and share the channel with people. Now that I'm back and I've kind of a little bit more organized, you see me looking at my schedule. I'm back. We're a little bit more organized. Ooh, I'm hot. That it's I'll start getting the Creative Warrior Wisdom 5-minute snippets done. I have a few already scheduled, so that's going to be good. It's going to be fun. And I'll see what we can do, what day we can do it on. I'm just trying to find the right day for it. If it's a Monday or maybe a Wednesday. Friday, we have it has conflicts with mobs. So I kind of want to do it once a week to start. So we'll see. We'll see. So the Patreon page for our patrons is, let me put up the here you go, guys. That's our Team Peanut. I am part of Team Peanut for sure. For sure. So that's our Patreon page, is our link. So all the people that are on Patreon, I don't have the updated list, but I know it's growing by leaps and bounds. So I want to thank all of you that are part of our Patreon. You guys are amazing. You guys go above and beyond supporting us. So thank you so much. Hey, I kind of have to adjust the camera a bit, right? Because my face is behind the banner. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Our resident technomancer is providing our links today. So, because Dolly's out and about doing house stuff. So, so she's out driving around and probably hitting Costco and Aldi and all these other places. So, yeah. All right. So, I'll do this back in order. I'll hide this again. So, our Instagram. So, we're on Instagram. I haven't done anything on Instagram because I haven't been home and had the time to kind of really adjust what I want to do in Instagram, kind of going in a different direction with it. So, but our Instagram page, we still have a lot of stuff on Instagram. So go check it out. This is our Instagram link. That's where we are. Go there, give us a follow. Same thing on YouTube. Follow us. And just go read some fun stuff. I have so much material to put up on Instagram because I think I don't know what the last book on Instagram was, but it's several books back. And so I'm going to have to update that and put up, new excerpts and covers and things like that. So yes, Instagram, go follow us. We're at Bitten Peaches on Instagram.com. So go there, please. That'd be awesome. Let's see what's next. Zazzle, we have swag. We have a lot of swag, and we have a lot of swag coming up. I've been speaking to the senior designer. The lead designer is behind me over there. So she also doubles as our opener. So, but we have swag, we have magnets, so we have a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I don't know if these are Zazzle, but I have some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. Hopefully the lead designer won't kill me. But we also have these stickers that she had made. I'm telling you, I don't want to even give these out because they look so awesome. This is a sticker that she had made. Look at that. That is awesome. You guys see that? That is incredible. That's a great. So I don't know if you want one of those things. I don't know what you have to do to get those, but that's an. Oh, here's another one. This one's my favorite one. I know I think I've shown you guys this one, but this is like my favorite one. She's having so much amazing swag made. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa. Whoa. That's Galen Dara's art, and she had it made into a sticker. And that one's like that one. This is like my favorite one, the peaches one. That's awesome. I don't even want to stick it to anything. I just want to keep it around. Anyway, so we have a lot of stuff on Zazzle. Go take a look. We're at Zazzle at M&S, so EMANDES. So Zazzle. Let me put the Zazzle page up if we have it. I know Chris put it up there. I saw it. There it is. That's our store. We have a reference link. It's on the MoB page. But go there and just get your swag, guys. All right. So that's what we do. Let's see, what else do we have? Twitter. We don't really do anything on Twitter anymore because Twitter kind of, yeah. Let's see, if you want to check out other things like our audiobooks and other books and amazing stuff that we have, go to the webpage. That's the website right there. Visit and just go around, and you can, and don't forget to sign up to the newsletter. That's where you go to sign up to the newsletter. Okay. And yeah, let's get in. I think I hear my co-pilot right here. All right. Who's that?
Not your co-pilot.
Not my co-pilot. That's the other Valkyrie. You want to say hello? Just say hello. You don't have to come in. Oh, she left. She doesn't like that showing herself. Make sure Peaches is in the screen. All right. Welcome, Richard. You just jumped in. Awesome. Let's see. What do we have? Jim says, I have 2 daughters. It's 31 and lives in Hell's Kitchen. Nice. I used to work near Hell's Kitchen. I used to work on 15th Street and 10th Avenue. Son is 26, married in April, bought a new house, lives down the road, comes back periodically for mom. Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. That is really good. If the closer you can keep them, it's nice. It's nice to have them close. Okay. Oh, let's do this promo right away. So new authors. So John Logsdon, you guys know JL. John Logsdon and Jen Mitchell just released another PPD book. So this is the San Diego PPD. It releases tomorrow. So book 1, I believe it's called Half Cocked, releases tomorrow. But there was a pre-order, but you can get it tomorrow. So here's the link. I'll put that out. Boom. So please get John Logsdon and Jen Mitchell's book. They collab. There's a collaboration. John has all the PPD books are collaborations. And it came out today. Wow, even better. Thank you, Paige, for keeping us up to date. So it came out today. Go grab it. It looks like a Western from what I saw on the cover. I haven't looked at it. I know I picked it up because I immediately pick up like PPD books and John Logsdon. And as you all know, we support our indie authors. So I immediately picked it up, but I haven't looked through it. So you guys let me know. Read the first few pages, let me know, but make sure you pick it up, okay? So, and it's John, so it's John's humor. And if Jen, I don't know Jen personally. I think I met her at a 20 books, I'm not sure. But if Jen or anyone is writing with John Logsdon, they have to have either an appreciation for his twisted sense of humor, or they can match his crazy sense of humor. So the book is going to be funny. It's going to be well written. It's going to be a fun read. It's going to be like insane. So go grab Half Cocked, and it's a new part of it's a new division of the PPD, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. so so yeah, um if you haven't read John Logsdon, you should, with the caveat that his humor is um it surprises you, but it's fun, but it surprises you, but he writes really well. So I did a PPD with him, so I'm telling you, I'm experienced. Okay, and I think we need to get back to Spam, McAllister, and Pistol, and Spam and Pistol. We did for a little while. I'm gonna take this down. This will be up at the on the mob later on. Spam, McAllister, and Pistol Zerlock, if I'm not mistaken, was a bunch of hello Richard, a bunch of shorts that we did, but they're like really super short shorts. Just maybe a paragraph long, and it was two investigators or two police officers. One from the yes, Pam McAllister and Pistol Zerlock was one was from the past and one was from the future, and then they were put together on cases. So Spam is like a gumshoe from the past, and Pistol Zerlock is an agent from the future, and Pistol's female and Spam is male, and so it's constantly like he's calling her dame, like typical Humphrey Bogart type, and Pistol's like kick-ass agent from the future, and we kind of smashed them together in a story, and we did a few of those little shorts. Yeah, not Daisy Duke shorts, but short, yeah, but really short stories. And they're like a paragraph long, but we did a bunch of them, and they were really fun, and we knocked them out really quick. And what we were doing, the way we did it, is like I would do one line, he would do one line, I would do one line, he would do one line, and we can't just whatever came out came out. We didn't really edit them, we didn't really correct them. It was just like basically, this is what's gonna happen, and this is what's going on, and that's it. Who's down there? Who's that? Is that my opener? What are you doing down there? You're gonna change what? Oh, here's another one. Okay. All right, cool. So there's a link. I think there's a link for them, but I know that we put them in the mob, and so yeah. If you ever get a chance to read them, I think we have to put them all in one place. I'll ask JL if he has them all in one place. I know we have them somewhere, but they're fun reads. I think I'm gonna have to harass JL to do some more together. I'm not anti-collaboration, but I don't collaborate anymore, only because my brain doesn't like it. And so the only collaboration I've ever done really is the collaboration I did with John. And ever since then, and not that was a bad experience, it was a great experience, but it also helped. It was early on in my writing. This is where you can go to read the Spam and Pistol. It was early on in my writing, and I realized that I don't play well with others. It's crazy, but it's just that's just the way I write. I don't write that well, so I was privileged enough and honored to write the PPD, the Badlands PPD with John Logsdon, and that was a blast. And we managed to write. That's a great story, and most of it is due to John's insane humor, because I don't write that kind of humor. So it was also pulling me out of my comfort zone, which is great, because it's good to kind of stretch and do other things that help you. But it also let me know that this is not how you write. So it was good, but it's not something I'm going to revisit anytime soon. But the Spam and Pistol, because it's so short, I think I could do a bunch of those with John, and we could just knock them out real quick, And so, but I really enjoyed the Badlands PPD. But I was in the middle of like 3 projects, so that was kind of stressful for me to do also the collaboration. It wasn't M&S, but it was fun. It was fun. What now? What now? So, if you haven't read the PPD series, not just Badlands, but there's a whole bunch of precincts. Go get them. Don't forget to pick up Half Cock today. Thank you, Jim, because we support our indie authors, right? But if you haven't read the PPD series, please go get all the PPD series. There's a whole bunch. The first one, the Las Vegas one, is the one that's kind of started it all, and that's the one that John created. and then it branched out to all. I mean, John kind of originated all the PPD series. They're just in different precincts, in different states, and different places, right? So go get all of them. Really, they're worth it. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna remove that. That link will be, this link here will be in the mob. So you'll go there and we'll find it there. All right. So let's see. Yeah, if you like, that's perfect, Jim. I don't think we do fourth wall breaking as much. We might do a little, but not as much. But the humor is very similar. So if you like Deadpool, you'll love PPD because it's very similar to that kind of humor. So, but it's, you kind of have to like that kind of humor. So I'm giving you the heads up now. The people who like PPD really like PPD. The people who go in not knowing what the humor is, they either find out that they like PPD or they find out this isn't for me. All right, and question, Rich is asking, in the Badlands Paranormal Police, you collaborate with yes. How does that collaboration work? One of you write most of the book and the other look at it and add to it? I can't speak for how other people collaborate. With me and John, we wrote chapters and we did outlines. So we did a broad what the story's about, and then we'd pick chapters and then we'd kind of give feedback to each other. And so it lends itself to really collaborating, and it's a great process, but it's also it's a detailed process. It takes a while for that, and I'm not used to that. So it was a weird place for me to be in my writing, because my writing is very, I guess, isolated in a way. Like I would have to write something and then I have to get back to jail to say, how does this fit? Because I'm playing in his sandbox, right? And so it was hard for me to get used to, but it was a really great learning experience also. I mean, like I know now that if I had to collaborate with someone, I would know how to set it up to collaborate because I know what would work for me. But I learned that during the Badlands PPD, that collaboration. So it did give me the kind of like the lessons that I needed to learn so I could collaborate in the future if I had to collaborate. Yeah. So with Spam and Pistol, it was basically we're just messing around one day, and then it's like, hey, well, how about if we did this and this and this, and then we just kind of threw it together in the moment. It was a very there was no real planning to Spam and Pistol. It was just basically, what if it's that? Yeah, the content. So in Badlands, one of them, there's a famous chapter 34 that we each disavow. Like I say it's John, and John says it's me because it's so bad. So I forget which book it is out of the series, but there's one book that has a chapter 34 that we both disavow because it's that bad. But in the Badlands, it's both our content. Yeah, it's not like one does the work and the other one just kind of proves it. We both sit down and talk and say, okay, can I add this? What do you think about this? How do you think this works? How does this land in the PPD? Does this can it exist in the PPD kind of thing? So it's both very much both our ideas for sure. Yeah, John is just as to blame for the PPD as any of the other authors there. So just so you know. It's unlike, and I don't know this for a fact, but I know I've heard, and this is hearsay, so I don't know, but there are other authors who collaborate, but they don't really write the story. What they do is they kind of do an outline. They speak with the other author that's actually writing it, and then they kind of give ideas or touches or nudges on the story itself, but the actual writing is done by the collaborative author, and the other author is just lending their name. But that's when you have really big situations like a James Patterson or a Stephen King or a really well-known author that may not have the time to devote to another project, and another author's writing it, and then they put Stephen King's name or James Patterson's name big on top, and then the other author's name is small on the bottom, but they're the ones who wrote it, and James Patterson is basically lending his I guess his name and his background so that the story gets out, Yeah, Anderley does no longer, because what happened with Michael is that I know Michael. I mean, I know Michael personally. When he did the Catherian Gambit, he was writing it, but Anderley is not just a self-publisher. Annalie is a self-publishing empire at this point. He's like a self-publishing, yeah, I guess it's empire or just industry. He has his goal. When we last spoke, and it's been a while because he's been busy, I've been busy. He wanted to publish 400 books a year. And anyone who's looked at any author, publishing 400 books a year is alone, one person, nearly impossible. But since he has the publishing company, he's no longer a self-publishing author. He's a self-publishing publisher. And so he has branched out into publishing other authors. So Annalie puts his name on a lot of books because it lends that credence, lends that kind of the LMBPN, I think is his company's name, and it just lends that weight. But you see Michael's name on everything. Annalie's name is on everything. So yeah, Michael Andaly, if you're asking, Julie Richards. So he has many authors that he works with, and they put out. If I go by my email, I get an email about Michael's next book. Almost every day, there's a book coming out, and I know it's not Michael writing it because it just can't be. An author can't write unless he never sleeps and he has 10 clones. He can't write that fast, that much. It's prolific. Michael Andaly's publishing company is prolific. They're big, big, big now. He's one of the founders of 20 Books to 50K, if not the founder of 20 Books to 50K. Carrie says, if anyone likes haiku, I published a book of haiku, Rumination, the little book of haiku, earlier this year. Each haiku is, so put up if you have a link, Carrie, and then put the link up, and then we can kind of, or if Chris can find it, if it's on Amazon, then we can get it. Yeah. So that's the deal with collaboration. I think collaborations are great, but do I have any interest in creating a Bitten Peaches empire? I don't know about an empire. Definitely a publishing, helping other authors get published. Yeah, but not like on the level of Michael yet, because I've had conversations with him. It's a lot of work. Like I've been to 20 Books 50K, and I've sat down and spoken with him. Publishing other people, it's not just publishing other people. It's like you got to be there from nuts to bolts, everything. And now you're dealing not just with one book. You may be dealing with 10 books on deadlines. You have to have the covers for them. You have to have the editors working on them. You got to think about the publishing of each one of them. You have to start scheduling them. So it's a lot of work, and I don't know if I'm quite ready for that, because it's just, I want to get the stories out, and those are my stories, and then to worry about other stories, it's like, when do you sleep? This is Carrie's link. Let's put it up, and boom, there you go, guys. So, Anthony, I'd like to publish other authors. It's just I know that's a lot of work. Yeah. So, a Dolly effort timeshare, right? And she already has her schedule. So my schedule's crazy. Her schedule makes my schedule look mild because she deals with a lot of stuff. So we'd have to hire people to really start going into that direction, which is what Michael did. Michael stepped away. I don't think Michael writes much anymore, but again, I don't know. He had to hire people. He has editors on staff. He has cover artists on staff because he needs that demand to be met right away. And so he had to take a step back from the writing and step into the publishing. And so I don't know what he still writes. Honestly, I don't know if he's writing anything anymore. Maybe some Catherian Gambit stuff, or maybe some of the other titles that he puts out. But it's hard to manage writing a story when you're managing 20, 30 other authors and keeping them on schedule and meeting deadlines. And not just your authors, but then your cover artists and your editors and, marketing people. And it's a lot of work. It's work. So you don't really get to write much when you're there at that point. So, but he's okay because he stepped into that. He did that eyes open. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he did it, and he's doing it. So there you go. Michael is not the norm. He's pretty much an outlier. Most authors don't go that route, but he's definitely someone who saw what he wanted to do. He said, I need to make 20 books I need to write 20 books to make 50K so I can live comfortably in X location, which is where 20 books to 50K comes from. So if I write 20 books and I make 50K, I can live comfortably in Cabo, right? So, and he took that and ran with it to where he is now, and creating a much, much larger publishing company. So that's what it is. I'm not quite there in terms of doing that. I don't think I'd want to do that, but I'll take writing enough Monty and Strong, or writing enough of any of my own, and make it like, hey, Netflix wants to do this, or Amazon, original wants to do this. Let's run with that. Let's get that made. And Peaches Con, I would definitely take that on. Like anything Monty and Strong Peaches related, for sure. Taking on other authors, that would take a lot of work, and we'd have to have a staff if we're going to take on other authors, for sure. Like I always want to, kind of want to have a M&S cafe would be great too, but I know what it takes to create a business. I've had businesses, so it's not. It sounds great until you're not sleeping anymore, and then it's not so great, you know. Yeah, Anthony says MoB business. All of us aspiring authors. Then an animation team for all the M&S novels. Because I'd love to do anime, or I'd love to do graphic novels. It would be awesome. Then a takeover of Death Wish Coffee. Yeah, good luck with that. Death Wish is enormous. I remember when they first started, they were a small little company. Now they get their coffee placed on the space shuttle, or the the International Space Station. They had their coffee sent up there. So they're big now. Death Wish is huge. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna, but I like the ambition, especially with the evil laugh at the end. Sammy, I recommend it. It's no longer, I don't know if it's 20 books to 50K anymore. I think it's called the Author Nation Conference now. You have to look into that. But it's worthwhile, because right now, as it stands, the 20 books to 50K conference, or Author Nation conference, is one of the largest independent author conferences in existence, because there aren't many. And so it's definitely something you should go to. When I went, the first time I went, I had gone to all the talks, and I had learned a lot. But by the second time I went, I'd been in the trenches for so long as an independent author. Not that I know everything. I don't know everything. Obviously, I'm still learning, right? But in the terms of the independent author space, the conference is basically geared towards people who are just kind of breaking into and being an independent author, an indie author. So I kind of knew a lot of the stuff already. And the other thing was, I knew most of the people who were doing the talks. Like, I knew them personally. I know them personally. So it didn't make sense for me to go to a conference and I could just pick up the phone or send them an email and ask any question that I really wanted to have a discussion about, whatever I needed to talk about. So going to the conference is really good when you're starting out, because you learn so much and you meet some. Well, you're not late. You're here, Tracy. Welcome. Going to the conference is really good. And I was speaking earlier with Chris about Dragon Con. It's like, here's the thing. This is easy for me. I'm talking to you guys and doing this is easy for me. Actually, peopling, like meeting people and going out there and having conversations and bumping into people, sometimes I don't people well. I think that's because it's just my nature. I like solitude, but I'm not great at peopling, like large groups of. I don't really do that well. I mean, I'll go to a conference and I'll talk to people and things like that. Oh, thank you. And but going to like Dragon Con, from what I understand and from what I've heard and from what I've seen, Dragon Con spans several buildings. It's so large. And so I don't see myself doing that anytime in the near future, because, and like I was telling Chris, it's the time involved. Like, so I got to get ready for Dragon Con, then I got to go to Dragon Con, then I got to be at Dragon Con, and then deal with the people. Then I got to recover from Dragon Con, because every con has con crud. There you go, babe. Every con has con crud. So it's like every time I get back from a con, I'm like, I got to recover. And it's like, I don't know, Jim, what are we doing tonight? Taking over the world. Paige says Death Wish started and is still headquartered in the little town of Ballston Lake, New York. That's impressive, because usually when companies get large like that, and Death Wish has really grown. Um, they relocate somewhere like to a bigger space. You know, same thing we do every night. Exactly. That's the classic answer. Con crud. Oh, okay. Anthony doesn't know what con crud is. So con crud is when you go to a con, you inevitably get sick. Oh, okay. So you inevitably get sick. Most people do. Um, Usually happens to people who go for the first time or who don't usually interact with other people. And this is before like COVID. So I went to the cons before COVID, and after COVID, I was like, yeah, not happening for years. But so con crud, you're done with the conference, right? And you get home, and all of a sudden, not even sometimes even at the end of the conference, you're starting to feel like you're feeling a little under the weather, and then by the time you get home, you're really sick. And so it's happened to me twice with both cons that I went to. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not, because it takes more time away from the writing. I'm done with it's like so. Not only did I lose time, and I don't want to say lose because you're kind of investing time when you go to a con, but I was away from the writing at the con because you're not going to do much writing at a con. You have classes and people to meet and things to go and talks to listen to. So by the time you get home, you haven't written for about a week. And then if you're sick, you're not going to write for another few days. And so, yeah, so that's basically what con crit is. Hope that explained it to you, Anthony. Let's see. Try to get Monty to dress casual. Yeah, not going to happen ever. I had one reader point out to me, I'm sure you guys, you eagle eye guys, have seen it, that on the covers, sometimes Monty is dressed casual. But that's not because of me. That's because my cover designers love to make Monty dress casual. And I'm always telling them, Monty's in a suit. He'll only wear a suit. And so, but the problem was, I'll tell you why this happens. There are so many Monty and Strong books that they have difficulty finding the models in suits to in the poses that we need to have them on the cover. So they had to resort to having other models wearing jeans or not ties and things like that. So that's why. So it's because I write too much, basically. But Monty is always impeccably dressed in one of his Zegnas or Armani or something like that. Or a Brioni. Brionis, I haven't put Monty in a Brioni. Those are really, really nice suits. Thank you, baby. Okay. So a disease resulting into introverts fighting the anti-socialists. Yes. In a nutshell, Anthony, yes, that's exactly what it is. It's not a disease, but it's the resulting effects or the resulting disease of introverts fighting their antisocial natures, like stepping out and meeting people and being with people. And so, you're in this kind of environment where there's a lot of different I don't want to say germs, but that's basically what it is. A lot of different people. And that's why I don't people well in those things. Yeah. I don't write too much. Monty and Strong was supposed to be a trilogy, Jasmine. So yes, Monty's always impeccably dressed. And to the point where and you guys have read it, he not nitpicks, but he brings it up. Like, this is a ruined Zegna. I can't go out and do something because you're gonna ruin my suit. Like, he's very, very meticulous. I won't say nitpicks. He's meticulous about the way he appears. Whereas Simon, not so much. So, too bad because your fans love to just say awesome job. Thank you. Yeah, no, we're gonna have our own con. I think Peaches Con has to happen at some point. We have to figure out how we're gonna do it because again, the readers of M&S and the readers of the stuff that I write, they're all over the world. I mean, we've got people in Australia, we've got people in UK, we've got people all over the States. And so, I mean, really all over the world. Like, it's really international. So getting all those people in one place, in person or at least virtually, is going to be a logistical challenge for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Jasmine, best trilogy of 24 books ever. Yeah, Chris. So I haven't gotten to that point in a long time, but there have been days where I've been in places and it's like, yeah, I'm too many people. I'm out. So it has happened in my past for sure. one of the best things that combated that for me were the kids. I got past it and I was able to do things that I. But yeah, it's just some days you're like, I don't want people today. That's it. Jasmine says yes. Stacy and I said we'd go to Peaches Con and eat the. Yeah, I tell you one thing. We have a Peaches Con. You better believe Katz's Deli is going to have some kind of I don't know what we call it, kitchen or counter. So it's gonna be Katz's Deli food there for sure. That's like without a doubt. Jim says, as Monty's a Brit, I'm surprised he doesn't. He has high street connections because remember he's kind of international in the sense that even though he's a Brit, Savile Row would be the go-to, but he wouldn't be limited to just Savile Row. There'd be definitely interactions with high streets and things like that for sure. But yeah, Savile Row is definitely. I think in the early books I had him look at Savile Row clothing, but now with Zegna's and Armani and the makers, yeah, yeah. If we have lunch with Orlando Sanchez, first of all, the lunch it's not going to be this little intimate. Oh, let me take this down. It's not gonna. So check out Carrie's haiku book, please. So it's not going to be a little intimate lunch. It's going to be kind of like a cafeteria type situation where everyone sits together and we all eat cats. So yeah, everyone's having pastrami or something from cats for sure. Anthony says, what are the chances of having a one-off book about the style, fashions, and furniture of the M&S? That would be a volume unto itself, Anthony. Yeah, because most of the stuff, because Anthony says, I find myself Googling most of the stuff described. I give myself homework. I don't know why, because when I read an M&S story and then I start talking about what's happening and where they are, it's like I can't just say they were wearing a suit. I have to go into what kind of suit, how is it ruined, where is it from, what house is it from, and then that goes into what where are they going, who they're meeting, how that person is dressed, the furniture that they're in. It's like it gets into the furniture, the setting from the beginning. I just give myself extra work. I don't know what to say at this point. I can't not do that. The trio are banned from the UK. Yes, they are. And if they go to the UK, at some point I think they have to go back. But if they go to the UK, it's going to be a major issue. A major issue. Yeah, we can. We can have. They do deliver cats. So we'd have to have the Peaches Con in either. Like I said, it'd take a lot of logistical work, a lot of logistical planning for sure. But it's a necessity. Yeah. See, Paige has the right idea. As she says, that would be interesting info for the wiki that does exist. If someone wants to put it together, in the wiki, there could be a whole area of clothing, boom, 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 cars, furniture, all contained within the M&S universe. Even buildings of note that are still standing, buildings of note that have been renovated. Here's the wiki page. If you feel so inclined to add this information, which is kind of fun to find out, because a wiki is a lot of work, and 2 people doing it, it's on a series like M&S, it's just too much stuff for 2 people. It really is too much. So if you feel like you want to contribute to the wiki, this is what you can do. All right, for sure. It'd be great to see kind of that stuff in there. All right, let me because my co-pilot is here. Hello, co-pilot. Why don't you say hello so everybody knows that you're here?
Hi everyone. How are you doing? I think we've covered that though.
Have we? All right. So, Patreon. We have Patreon people. Anthony Bach and Bradley Harrop. Harrop, is that Harrop? Thank you for supporting us. You guys are amazing. So I always say this with the Patreon and all you guys, all the MoB people, all the readers. You guys are incredible. I couldn't do what I'm doing without all the support of all of you. So thank you guys. You guys are fantastic. Updates. Outcasts and Death Dancers reviews. So please leave reviews for Death Dancer. What do I have to say about Death Dancer? It's fun to write Blackjack Chronicles. I basically, at this point, I'm basically writing Blackjack Chronicles for myself. Really, I give it to you guys because I want to, because it's awesome and I like to share it. But sometimes selfishly, I think I'm just gonna write those stories for myself. At least it starts out that way, and then I say, okay, then I gotta publish this. But Death Dancers was a lot of fun to write, and it was so great to get back into that world. So the next book, I can tell you guys, I can tell them now, right? Yeah, yeah. The next book is called Suicide Kings. The heck? Do I have it? Yeah, Suicide Kings. So the next book in Death Dancers is called Suicide Kings, and that's awesome. I can't wait to really share that one with you. But a little later. A little later. Let's see what we got. Blood Lessons. The audiobook is out. So if you have any questions, okay, wait, let me backtrack. If you have any statements about Death Dancers, hold them for a second. Let me just get through the updates, and then we can discuss this stuff. Okay. So audiobook Blood Lessons is out, so go grab it, please. They know where to grab it on the website. Okay, on our website, just go to the website. It's there. All the audiobooks are there. Stone is in the process of being written, so that's one of the next. And Shield Bearer, which is M&S 25. Let me look at yeah, there was a little bit of conflict about what the order was. Shield Bearer is 25. All right, here's Death Dancers. Oh, nope. Hey, Rebecca, welcome. Death Dancers, the book, you can get it there because it's not. Death Dancers is one of the books that's going wide, so you can get it on our website. The Outcast paperback signed with the button and the MoB sticker. You saw some of the stickers, right? It's available. So go to our website and request a signed paperback, which is awesome. What is this? The burro? I'm thinking I'm writing about burros now. The next, it's not. It's just it's the way it's written. The next.
Is that how you wanted it spelled?
No.
The regular.
The bureau, like the actual, like the bureau investigation. So the next Patreon story, the bureau, is it's not the burrow. It's gonna be available at the end of September, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be available in September. That's coming at the end of next month. Which, oh my God, today's the 30th. So August is pretty much done. Tomorrow's the last day of August, and the summer has disappeared. All right, let's see. This is the link to Blood Lessons, the audiobook, and this is the link. I'm just gonna put it on quick, and it'll be up in the MoB. And this is the link to Outcast, the signed copy. All right, I think that's it. Awesome. Thank you, babe. So, let's see. Did I miss any questions or comments? On the Patreon exclusive, so for our Patreon, you get exclusive short stories at Patreon. So I try not to oversell it because people get FOMO, fear of missing out. But the stories for Patreon are really good, like really good. I mean, yeah, it's really good. So you should really join Patreon. I think you can join it for free now. I don't know if you get access. What did I get access to for free? Updates. First chapters. Any free stories?
No. Stories are from the members.
Sorry, but join the Patreon for free, and then you get access to some other really cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Heather. Thank you first, because Dread Warlock and Death Dancers are a lot of fun. It's a complete departure for me in terms of what I write, because of the whole. It's like a guilty pleasure type writing because it's space, and I've thrown in a little bit of magic, and it's kind of like it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Frost is a great character. I really like Frost. She's really good, but they're all great characters. So for me, it's like my version. If you've seen the show, it's like my version of Firefly, which got canceled. I'm still a little heated about that, but it's a guilty kind of pleasure. It's like it goes back to first discovering Star Wars, for episodes of Star Trek mixed in there, all the other shows that I grew up with, like Space 1999, and all the other kind of sci-fi shows that I grew up watching, and then reading later on. Yeah, I think we're all upset about Firefly for sure. Yeah. So, but I will say, I'm gonna hide this for a moment now. That I just picked up. I don't know if you guys have read this, but I've just picked up. I've had it. It's not that I just picked it up. I've just started rereading the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. And when I was reading it, it was only 3 books. And when I rediscovered it recently, it's at 7 books. I think he's finished at 7. But if you haven't read Mistborn, it's really one of his best books. I think the Stormlight series is also really good. But Mistborn is excellent. So you want to read some really good writing, pick up some Brandon Sanderson, and you'll be like, whoa, The ship has a stacked crew. Yeah, not only does the ship has a stacked crew, it also reminds me of what was that series that I saw? Far Side, which was also a great show, and the ship was sentient in Far Side, and so I kind of had made sure that Daisy, the ship, is a character unto itself within the Blackjack universe. So it's a lot of fun to write. And I was reading The Dread Warlock, and it was just really funny to read. As I'm reading it, I'm re-enjoying it. So it's a lot of fun to write, it's a lot of fun to read. Frost and Tiger and Throw in Bug, and yeah, that would be bad. You don't want that. That's dangerous. Yeah, I can still watch Firefly too. Yeah, Farsight was excellent. I really loved Farsight. Oh man, can't see, that's a series that they should bring back, and I don't know if they should redo it because it was just so well done the first time. It's like trying to redo Firefly. It would be really hard to get that kind of that chemistry that Firefly had. Yeah, Nathan Fillion was an excellent lead, and everyone in that series was fantastic. Yeah, so I think Farsight would be hard to replicate, and Firefly would be, I think, impossible because there's still too many people who remember Firefly, the original. Daisy reminds me of Failsafe. Yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but in Destiny, Failsafe has 2 crazy personalities. Like one of them is nice and one of them is a little psychotic. So Failsafe is a little but Daisy is close because Daisy can threaten, and the way she does it is a very nice way of doing it, See, Anthony, that would be that's a good story. A story of sidekicks, and get all the sidekicks together, except that most of my sidekicks run away and have their own stories. That's the only problem. Yeah, I'm a leaf on the wind. Yes. Oh man. Don't start, Rebecca. Okay, I'm gonna go to the questions. They're right here, so I can still watch you guys and read the questions because it's already time. Okay. I have never, just to answer you, Wendy, before I get to the questions, I've never read Wheel of Time, and I know that the Robert Jordan estate tapped Brandon Sanderson to finish the books because Jordan passed away before he ended the series. So that's a really good reason to write your stories and get them all out, right? But you're here, Kitty. Yay, welcome. But I don't know how he continued the books, Wendy, because I wasn't a reader of Wheel of Time. But the fact that the Jordan estate tapped Sanderson and they trusted him, and from what I hear is that he did a good job. But I don't know if he did a good job for the actual readers of the Wheel of Time. So I don't know. I haven't read anything that he wrote within that world. So I'll reserve comment. I can only speak to the stuff that I've read that is his, But I think a few people feel like you, and I think there's always going to be a group like that, because as amazing as Sanderson is, there is no feasible way that he can continue writing Robert Jordan's work or any other author's work, because he's not that other author. And I think we discussed this in the past. No matter how great an author, you can't write another author, you can't finish another author's work because you don't have the mind of that other author. You didn't have the series of experiences that made that other author the other author. And so it's hard to step into someone else's world and finish it for them. This is beyond collaboration. This is like the other author doesn't exist. He passed away, and now I have to finish this work. I would never take that on because this is no way you're going to satisfy the readers. You just can't because you're not Robert Jordan or whoever. Could you imagine? And this is one of my pet peeves with Rings of Power. I'm not even going to get into it. You can't jump into Tolkien's world and say, okay, I'm going to do it better than Tolkien. It just doesn't work. It just can't. So I'm not even going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it because Rings of Power dropped yesterday or recently, season 2. Not even going there. I'm going to watch it because somebody wants to watch it and torture me, but it's not the same. Don't call it part of Tolkien's work. Give it a whole different name, really. Yeah, that's the thing. It's G.R.R. Martin, Patrick Rothfuss, all these people who write really well and amazing, but they're not. They take their time, and it's hard. It's hard for the readers. One author said something really awesome that was memorable. He said he likes to feed his readers regularly. And I thought, wow, what a great analogy. Because when you write for your readers, basically what you do is you're feeding them the stories. And if you feed them regularly and they get to read the stories regularly, it's a great kind of relationship. He says he doesn't like to write books that take 2 years or 3 years. He likes to write books that are quick, that he can get them to his readers published regularly. I think that's a great kind of analogy as a position an author should take, Yeah, okay. Yeah, very much. See, but Christopher Tolkien. So let me backtrack. So, hi Suma, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. So, Joe, yeah, you can tell where Christopher Tolkien finished some of his dad's work, and Christopher Tolkien was the son, and he still couldn't do it the same way the dad did. It just the genetics doesn't count, doesn't help. Even though he's a son, he's not gonna be able to write like his father. It's a matter of life experience. It just had, Tolkien was in the war. Tolkien created a language. Tolkien had a certain upbringing. Tolkien had amazing friends like C.S. Lewis and the Inkwells. All these things factor in to create a person's persona and an author. It's just the way it is. As Chris says, it's like a carpenter or surgeon. They will not come in behind and fix or finish another builder's work. An author would be, it's exactly the same way. You won't. It's very rare that you'll see an architect take on another architect's vision, because they have the different people. It's just that's the way it is. The shows depends on the shows, Richard. I don't take the Ring of Power shows are not extensions of Tolkien for me. I'll watch them, but you can ask Dolly. I watch them grumbling the whole time. I'm like, how can they do this? What is that? Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm like this commentary the whole time. So I don't know how she watches it with me, but I'm definitely grumbling the whole time. Yeah, it makes it fun too. It's true. All right, let me read these questions, guys. All right, here we go. First question from Jeanette, who's not here because it's like 4:00 in the morning where she is right now. So I'm surprised she's not here, but it's she has to get some sleep too. So Jeanette says, have I mentioned lately how much I love the covers for the M&S World? You haven't, but you have now, and I agree wholeheartedly. I really. So the designers for M&S and all my books except for Wander are done by Deranged Doctor Design. And if you haven't seen the website, you really should go check out their website, because they have the most amazing covers I've seen for books. They are incredible as a design studio. The only other studio that I've used is Gene Malika. He's in a whole category by himself. Gene Malika is a boutique studio, and he's in a higher price range. But if you could have him do your covers, his covers are art. Like, you could take a Gene Malika cover and blow it up to poster size, and it still looks insanely amazing, because his process is a much different process from, like, let's say what Deranged Doctor Design would do. They would have to treat their covers differently to be able to blow them up and make them large. But they're both amazing studios. It's just that Gene Malika is very specific in what he does, and Deranged is more for everyone else. If you can get their covers, you should, because Deranged Doctor Design is affordable and professional and amazing with their covers. I have no complaints ever of Deranged Doctor Design. They're incredible. And Gene Malik is just he's created a niche for himself. So there you go. So yes, I mentioned that I love the M&S cover world and all my covers to the Range Doctor every single time. Thank you, Jeanette, for that question. Chris asks, have I ever gone camping? Yes, I've gone camping when I was younger. I've gone camping. Yeah, Gene is definitely more like if you want to do a movie poster for your cover, you can. Actually, I did that with I did that with Wander. I blew it up, and it was insanely amazing looking. Have I gone camping? Yes, I've gone camping. Would I go camping again? I don't know. My idea of camping was different from roughing it. We had a bathroom, and it was a campground. It was a long, long time ago. I don't know if I'd go camping now with mosquitoes, and I have one of the Valkyries cannot get bitten by a mosquito, else things start happening that are not fun. So I don't know if I'd do camping now, but I have gone camping. Yes, I know the experience. In all kinds of weather. I've done it in the summer. I've done it in the winter. Actually, the winter's not bad if you can keep warm. And the summer, it just gets humid and muggy, and you're sweaty, and it's it could, unless you're near a river or a lake, it could be uncomfortable. But it's a fun experience. At least once you should do it. Yeah. All right. Audrey has questions. Audrey says or asks, Orlando, if you could have something named after you, what would it be? Oh, come on. I'm an author. A library. I would definitely have a library named after me, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Chris. I don't do camping now with the way my body doesn't like to do certain things. Yeah, I'd have to reconsider it. I'll get to your comment in a moment, Suma. All right. So yes, a library. Audrey, Dolly, you ready?
Yes.
What movie did you watch that stayed with you long after?
Life is Beautiful from 20 years ago.
Life is Beautiful.
25 years ago.
You still remember it, right?
Yes.
Life is Beautiful.
I've been told the kids the storyline.
It's a great movie. It's a classic at this point. 25 years ago. Jeez.
Yeah.
Who's the director? Benito. What is it?
Something.
Burr something. Yes. That famous director, Burr something. But I know he won an Oscar for it. I'm pretty sure that movie won an Oscar.
Bernicelli, but that's from IT Crowd.
Bernicelli is no. That's not.
I said Bertoli, but
that's sauce. Benito something, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Life is Beautiful director.
Benini.
Roberto Benini. Okay. Life is Beautiful is a movie that she has watched and has stayed with her long time after, and I did believe it won an Oscar. Roberto Benini. Okay, great question. Next question from Audrey. What expectations did you have about being an author that did or did not turn out to be correct? That I would have immediate success. That did not turn out correct. That it would be easy. Did not turn out correct. That it would be fulfilling. Did turn out correct. And that it would take a while to get traction also turned out correct. So there you go. Yeah. That you go in as an author, and there are a lot of misconceptions that are out there about being an author that you have to dispel. And if you stick with it long enough, you realize what's true and what's not true. All right, Chris asked me another question. Does Simon wear Levi or Wranglers? Levi's. I don't think he could wear Wranglers. So he would definitely wear Levi's. And I grew up wearing Levi's. So I'm going to be biased and make Simon wear Levi's. So there you go. But great questions, all of you. Thank you so much for the questions. Like I've always said, the questions add a fantastic dimension to the episodes. So it's awesome. Okay. Artists also want to... All right, I'm going to go back a bit because, yeah. Please, sir, some more author readers. So this is Anthony. Readers, please, sir, some more. What's that? Is that Oliver Twist? Please, sir, may I have some more? And authors, and they leave you hungry. So what can we Suma? Richard, the shows I look at it. Oh, okay, yeah. Artists also want to leave you hungry. True. My mind does that the whole time I watch them. Yes, true. Ring of Powers is very loosely from the Silmarillion. Yes and no. It goes back to that time frame. I read the Silmarillion twice and remember it very well. And Ring of Powers does not do the Silmarillion justice. I'm sorry. But, I'm very entrenched on this position. It's just because the casting for Ring of Power was horrible. the writing. The writing, oh my God, the writing. But this is my own personal bias. Okay, you're talking about this is a kid who used to read Lord of the Rings every summer growing up. Okay, and I read the Silmarillion, so they could have done at least that to make the show. Jeez, doesn't show that they did. All right, Suma says Monty and Strong are great characters, but it's high time Strong should stop complaining about new to the magic world, as it is book 24. I hope we can see a more mature Simon in the coming books. It's coming, Suma. It's coming. Actually, in the next book, in book 25, Shield Bearer, he has to come to terms with the fact that he's not a newbie to this world. But it's going to be hard for him because it is a new world for him, and it's a big world, and it's not the normal thing. But yeah, he's going to start. You can start seeing it in some of the books. He starts maturing. Let's see. Thank you for your questions. Oh, that's Dolly. I thought Simon would wear custom tailored jeans. No, Simon would wear Levi's that are probably ruined. Yeah, but he wouldn't wear custom. He's not that. How would I say it? He's not that pretentious. Simon is very, very down to earth. Now, Monty would probably wear custom design jeans for sure. For sure. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, please. Yeah, you guys are awesome. So, what's been hard to watch, Kitty? Levi's are comfortable. Yeah, I love Levi's. I grew up with Levi's. I grew up with the 505s, which are the button downs. I used to love those, man. I don't wear 505s anymore. I don't really wear jeans anymore because I started training heavy with weights, and my dilemma, which I still have to this day, is that my thighs are too big for my waist. So if I get a pair of jeans that fits my waist, it doesn't fit my thighs. If I get a pair of jeans that fits my thighs, it's too big for my waist. So yeah, it's like ugh. Ring of Power. Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah, like I say, I watched Ring of Power on protest only because my darling and amazing wife forces me to watch them. So, I think that's called glamping. What is? Oh, let's see. Is driving to a campsite in an RV with power and waist hookups and Wi-Fi camping? No, Anthony Hudson. That's called RVing, I think. So, or I don't know if it's glamping, maybe like glamorous camping. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, Julie, there's a time I'm in New York, so there are a few stores that are thrift stores, like the Antique Boutique. We have a place like that called here, and you could find some stuff there. But I haven't shopped for jeans in a very, very long time. I think I still have a pair of jeans that fits me, which is good. But it's my issues. It's the ratio of thigh thickness to waist circumference. It doesn't work, And so I wear shorts most of the time. I'll wear shorts in the winter because one, my body runs hot, and so I don't feel the cold. And two, for me, the cargo shorts that I wear are comfortable. So that's what I wear. Or I'll wear like sweatpants, but they're like cargo sweatpants, so they're long and they're comfy and they have pockets, and that's really good. So I'll do that. All right, so we're almost at the man. I can't believe how fast. When we start the show, every time we start the show, I'm like, we've got an hour, an hour and 10 to go. And then when I turn around, I blink, I turn around, we're at the end of the show. I don't know how this happens. Maybe we're time walkers. So we discovered a show. I don't know if we discovered it, but we found a show to watch that I don't know it. For me and Dolly, it compresses time. It's the strangest thing. So it's on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, it's called Discovery of Witches. It's based on a book. What's the book? All Souls?
Very popular. All Souls trilogy
it's
by
on
Deborah Harkness. I think it's well known.
All right, so it's based on the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness. I think it is really well known because I've heard of Deborah Harkness. But the show is actually well done. We're on season 2 now, right?
Yep.
We got through season 1 really fast. It's a strange thing. When you're watching it, the time is passing. It doesn't feel like the time is passing. So give it a try.
Unlike the Union.
We watched The Union with Mark Wahlberg, Halle Berry, J.K. Simmons, one of the actors from The Watchmen. It was horrible. It was so bad. The Union was so bad. Oh my God. Okay, I'll put it to you like this. It was so bad, The Union, that the commentary that we were making throughout the whole movie was funnier than the movie. But give it a watch because it's one of those movies that it was so bad that it was good because we were just were just pulling out all the loopholes that they were making. I was like, wow, really, really. So yeah, wow, that's really nice, Carrie. Tell Deborah that Orlando Sanchez says that the books, the film or the show based on her books is excellent. Yeah. Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, for sure. 3,000. It's way up there, Kitty. That's basically what we were doing. That's basically what we were doing for the union. I'm glad to hear that. So, Chris, I'm glad to hear that your back is doing much, much better. So, if you can sit through a 2-hour movie, that is huge. Julie, definitely watch it. The Union is good, and if it's the Union, but if you have a Discovery of Witches on your list, watch it. It's really good. I recommend it. I'm telling you, we get through the episodes and we go, it's over already, and these are 45-minute episodes, and we're like, huh? It's done? So yeah, it was amazing. The writing. One of the things that whoever's writing the story, and I think they have Deborah Harkness as executive producer, so she must be consulting somehow. Welcome, Elizabeth. You're here late. We're about to end, but you're here, and that's what matters. Whoever's writing the series is doing a really good job in terms of hooking the watchers, because even last night we watched one episode and then they did what I do with snippets. They put a little snippet, and I looked at Dolly and said, "So you wanna watch that next just that little bit that's there?" And we ended up watching the whole episode. So yeah, so they're doing a really good job with that, and it's good though. It's not like you regret it. It's good. So awesome. Discovery of Witches, give it a try. The Union, it's just a popcorn movie. Just watch it for the sake of watching. It's fun. It's not good writing, and the plan. Think of the Union as a series like Bangers and Mash is a book, basically. Yeah. All right, we're gonna close it up. Where's my closer? Closer. I close it. Hey, don't push Peaches out of the way like that, Peaches. Yeah, shove them to the side.
I didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for coming to episode 125 of MoB Kaffeeklatsch, and have a great weekend.
Awesome, closer. Don't crush Peaches. Oh my God. Why you? Peaches will not be pushed to the side like that, okay? All right, guys, listen. Our next Kaffeeklatsch is the 13th of September. I can't believe we're in September already. Jeez. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all of you. A number from 1 to 7. Let's go real quick before we go. We got 18 people left. 1 to 7. The first 10 people. Let's go so we can have a closing track. I want you guys to have a great weekend, a great rest of your day today. Thank you for being here at the MoB Kaffeeklatsch episode 125. And yeah, you guys awesome. Keep reading the books, keep hanging out, and we'll make everything happen. Have a great weekend. See, what number I'm saying? 4, 4, 6, 2, 3, 7. So far, 4 is in the lead. No, 7 has 2. Boom, boom. Let's go. How many people we got so far, baby? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more people. Go. You gonna pick a number?
4 and 7.
4 and 7. Yeah, 7 has 3. How many does 4 have?
Chris is voting twice.
Well, Carrie just voted. Oh, good luck. I hope Bama has wins. I don't follow sports that much anymore, so have a great weekend, everybody. Okay, it looks like it's 7, so we're gonna go with 7. All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna take my wonderful, scary face away from here. I'm gonna put Peach's great face here. And the numbers are for the soundtrack, so the different tracks, Julie, the Monty and Strong soundtracks. So it looks like 7-1. So the first 10 people vote, and then the number that comes up the most between 1 and 7, and then I put the soundtrack of whatever the corresponding number that is. So I'm gonna take off my crazy looking face, and I'm gonna put Peaches